Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to do a flip through of something called the Crystal Healing Reflection Journal. So the whole idea behind this journal is that I would say it's for people who are pretty comfortable with crystals. There is some information to reference, but it's not going to have a lot of heavy references, especially if you're super new. But the idea is to support people who are using crystals for healing for themselves or other people, and to give you an opportunity to journal about those experiences and collect those experiences and refine your practice over time or expand your practice. And the other thing I want to mention before I get to the table is there's different colored sections in this journal, and it's organized by chakra. So each section has the color associated with that chakra. It has maybe some art associated with that chakra. But the beginning of each section, there is crystals that are associated with that chakra, and then what are their healing properties. So there is a little bit of a resource piece to this journal. You don't have to organize or make your journal entries line up with the chakras. So every journal entry is exactly the same. So you can just use it straight through and write the date and just go through the entire thing. Or if you're specifically working on chakras specifically and you want to organize your experience based on the chakra, this would also be a cool way to do it. So there's almost like two ways to use it. The first being just use it like a normal journal, go all the way through. And then the second way would be organize your journal entries by chakra, especially if you're working on that. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. So I'm going to do a walkthrough of the Crystal Healing Reflection Journal. So this is a pretty simple and basic journal. It doesn't have as many reference points or information about crystals as the previous video that I did from the Crystals Journal, which is a completely different journal. This one is more geared towards reflecting on healing with crystals, and there's some basic information in it that would be helpful for reference. So, getting into the journal. So first we have the page that just basically talks about the intention of this journal, and it's really this journal that's here to support crystal practitioners, whether they're beginners or advanced. So it's really about helping you become a more informed crystal healer for yourself or for other people. There's a section on how this journal is arranged. So what is interesting about this journal, so if you notice, there's different colors on the edges. I'm not sure if it's able to come up on the video as well, but basically each section is divided out by chakra. And so at the beginning of each section, there's a little information about that chakra center and what it means. You also have here a description on how to use this journal. So if you want to deep dive into how they're intending you use this journal, you have this information here. But it's really about helping you learn about, other problems you intend to heal, choosing your crystals, doing the work, and then reflecting on that work. And that's really the emphasis of this journal, is about reflecting on these things. There's also journal prompts. So again, they're providing you insight or context around why the different prompts are going to be showing up in the different journal entry pages. And then we get to the first section. So the first section is Sky and Crown Chakra, so clear, white, or violet crystals. And you'll see here that they have descriptions, and this is what I meant by having more of a basic reference, is they're going to reference and provide information around what is an example of a white crystal. So here you have white coral, white howlite, white jade, those kinds of things. And then you're going to also understand that they have this reference here for the healing qualities of each crystal type. So for example, for the white crystals, healing qualities is that it helps soothe or heal broken bones, muscle tears, sprains, those kinds of things. So you have that as a reference. Then we get into the journal entry part of the book. And so really there's several pages dedicated for each chakra, but it doesn't mean you have to use the journal entries by chakra. You could, so what you could, there's the way I see it, there's two ways to use this journal. The first is, if I'm working on my sky and crown chakras, I can use these reflection pages, or I can just start at the beginning and just work my way through and choose which chakra I'm working on. So here you'll notice in each journal entry, there's the date, primary crystals used, secondary crystals used, what did I want to heal, what did I want to happen, why did I use the selected crystals, and what did I do with my crystals. Over here on this other page is what were my immediate results, what didn't work, how did I or my client feel during the healing, what would I try next time, and then what resulted later. And so you'll have several entries for that. Under this section, and then we get to the third eye chakra, so the royal blue crystals. And as you'll see again, there's the royal blue crystals. Here's some examples of what those crystals are, and then what are the healing qualities of royal blue crystals. So again, basic information. And again, we have the same prompts in each section of the chakra. So you could just continue on and work on whatever chakras you're working on, or you could choose to break up and document by chakra with these different sections. I hope that makes sense. You could organize your healing by chakra if you choose to do so. So then moving through, you'll see we have the throat chakra, which is the turquoise. We have the heart chakra, which is green and pink crystals. We have the solar plexus chakra, which is yellow crystals. Sacral chakra, which is the orange crystals. Root chakra, which is red crystals. And then earth chakra, which is black and brown crystals. And then at the end, we have a healing prayer. So that's the setup of this journal. It's like, this is a super quick, flip through, but I thought it was interesting because especially if you really are working with crystals and you're working with the chakras, this might be the perfect journal for you. Last thing I'll note is you probably saw they do have a bookmark ribbon here, so that makes it a little more extra special. I love the colorings of this, the teal with the pink. But anyway, if you have any questions, let me know.